away with 200 metres left to travel. It's Allied, 4 lengths on Gaza Mate, followed by Basara making up some ground, and the others headed by Yavaroy, but it's Allied the leader. About 75 to go. On the outside, Basara's rattling home, but Allied and Danny Beasley, they will win. Yeah, Danny's pinched it. It's Allied beating the fast-finishing Basara. Third, Ken's Court. Fourth on the inside, Gaza Mate. And then came Yavaroy, Mount the Moon, Pipe. Not a mistake. Count Scenario. Slider beat one in, and that was Ultimate Power.
Shelford has taken Rosvana over with Semi Palais and My Pal. They're the 4 down the outside rail. Funster's now mustering speed just off the pace now, where Queen Midas took the lead on the inside, going to the 600 from Funster. Magic Ben. Then came Piccadilly Star, followed over on the outside by Big Income, further back Apt to Go. Then came Nobility, who's a fair way off them. Then further back to Peacherino, Jen Wren, and last of all Queensland. Down the outside, Lady Shelford's the leader there. Funster's dash to the lead on the inside. Lady Shelford the leader down the outside. Might just be in front. Funster comes to the 200 with Lady Shelford out wide just in front. Funster's trying to get the Lady Shelford and running on Rosvana, and now Piccadilly Star. Lady Shelford out wide, Funster the inside. Funster's getting tired. Piccadilly Star's making a dive and got there. Piccadilly Star, Funster second, third. Nobility, I think. Then came Queen Midas and Apt to Go down the outside. Lady Shelford got tired. Rosvana was behind it with My Pal and also Semi Palais. They were followed back to the inside section then by Jen Wren. Magic Ben didn't do a great deal. Further back then came Peacherino. Queen Midas pulling up quickly. Then came Queensland, and Big Income was eased down quickly over the line.
On the outside, Platonic Love, Mirren just behind them, followed wider out by Dwoucher, and then Dash of Smoke, Golden Calypso wide, General Feelgood going up in the centre, and then Abrazar. Wide Vision's got a long way back. Mowat Man is last of all, and next to last is Dashing Image when they came to the corner. Mr. Miller railed beautifully and led down to the 400, 2 lengths in front of Platonic Love. On the outside, Prince Baraides, followed then by Dwoucher, unwinding a run clear of Abrazar. A long break then to Wide Vision, not in the hunt nor General Feelgood. Mr. Miller given a slap with the whip at the 200, led by about 3 lengths now. Prince Baraides, Dwoucher on the outside. Dashing Image is coming home well. It's Mr. Miller the leader. Dashing Image taking a lot of ground off it, but Mr. Miller in front, and Mr. Miller won it from Dashing Image second. Abrazar third. They're followed then by General Feelgood, Wide Vision. Mowat Man down the outside made a bit of ground. Dwoucher behind them, followed by Platonic Love and Prince Baraides. Golden Calypso never in it. Mirren and Dash of Smoke towards the end of the field. Mr. Miller's landed some good bets. Went straight across.
Beautiful start too. One of the best to bounce out was Mask Party. Winning Partners, the 10-year-old, showing plenty of speed. Kidler trying to burn them off. A point's got to be pratted deep, but not quite as wide as Hot as Hills, and Pamela ran behind those. Now Winning Partners tending to drop off a little, and then comes Identica, Just Like Crystal, and Alman's Joy. To the side of the track they go, and the leader is Kidlat, about 3/4 of a length over Hot as Hill. Nearly 2 lengths away third now, Mask Party. A point out 3 and 4 deeps, and Pamela around the inside. 1 Identica, and then comes Winning Partners. 2 Just Like Crystal, and 3/4 further back is Alman's Joy. They're homeward bound, and Kidlet first into the straight. A length and a half, Hot as Hell. A similar margin to the favourite. A point pop. The question now from his stablemate Identicat, and Tudison, Pamela round, and Mask Party to the 200. And Kidlat the leader, a half length, Hot as Hell under the whip. A point is battling on, and so too is Identicat on the outside. Identicat is looking a big danger. Race to Kidlet at Hot as Hell. A point can't come on at the moment. It's Identicat in front. Hot as Hell fighting, but they reach the line, and it's Identicat, I reckon, a nostril Hot as Hell. And third to a point, followed by Kidlet, Just Like Crystal, Alman's Joy, Winning Partners, followed by second last Mask Party, and Absolute with St. Pamela Ann.
And at last the girls are on their way with Spirituality jumping well. Black Glamour didn't have any early speed and was eased back out of the action early and is being ridden hard. And as they settle fully into stride now, going fast, Scenic Sprint looks for the lead with Gold Fame and Spirituality. Gold Crystal goes to fourth, the favourite from Dancing Apollo, just running out of a bit of room. Over on the inside was Alternative Edge. Rasbrightia further back in the field, then Shamrock Orb. Black Glamour's caught the field and is on the outs, or rather on the inside of the roughy Bouquet of Dreams. On the side, going to the 800-metre mark. And one of these well-backed runners, Scenic Sprint, shows the way by a length and a quarter to Gold Fame. Third placing Spirituality. Fourth is Dancing Apollo, the centre. Now they're keeping Gold Crystal 3 deep, and there's not much Dinner's can do about it. Alternative Edge back on the inside. One thing, he's not panicking anyway. Shamrock Orb was out wide. In the centre was Ras Brightier, tracking the favourite up now. Black Glamour hugs the rail, and last was Bouquet of Dreams in the straight. And it's Scenic Sprint, the leader, flattening up for the run home by about a half to in second place in Gold Fame, who quickly beat it off. Under pressure, Gold Crystal behind them, taking time to get to them. Gold Fame has slipped out to the outside to get a neck in front now. Gold Crystal's not going to run in the first 4 or 5, this odds-on favourite. What a fizzer. And it's now Scenic Sprint, the inside, and on the outside, Gold Fame, and Gold Fame prevails a nose, I think, the Scenic Sprint. Dancing Apollo third from Ras Brightier. Gold Crystal a shocker today. It did cover a bit of ground, admittedly, but found nothing in the run home. They were followed further back behind those by Alternative Edge, and then back behind those came on the inside Spirituality. Further back then to Black Glamour, Shamrock Orb, and Bouquet of Dreams, the last one in.
The last to link in has the outside gate. Field of 16 to run. Strawberry Lass down on the inside. Tiara Mia stood up nicely with Medinet. 1,200 metres now. Here's Kazana. Going in. For Survival bounding around in the red and white stripes, stood in well. My Jasper has the all white here. Ready, all clear given. Racing at the 1,200 metres. Rainbow Bubbles fractionally slow. So was Satirical Miss, and Browse was the last to bounce out of the stalls. Tiara Mia first to hit the ground in front of Mighty Millie Flame of Atlanta. Pearl away quickly with Emotional Success, wider out going forward, and then Kazana. They're followed then by For Survival, and Rainbow Bubbles is improving on the outside, and then Midnet. Satirical Miss out very wide with the first turn, and they're followed by Primrose Penny, Strawberry Lass, Stella Valonde a good way back from Browse. My Jasper, and back last is Episode. 700 to go, and Kazana worked to the lead over Mighty Millie. A length Emotional Success, Tiara Mia fourth the inside, and then Pearl followed by Flame of Atlanta. Next Satirical Miss round the outside, and one further back Rainbow Bubbles from For Survival, Midnet, and a length to Primrose Penny, and then Stella Valonde in a gap to Episode when they corner. Mighty Millie out wider, and Kazana against the rail corner in front. Tiara Mia can get a run through between them, and they were clear of Pearl coming home well. Midnet on the rail. Then Rainbow Bubbles still within 3 lengths of the leader. She's coming home okay. Tiara Mia got up on the inside. Flame of Atlanta's running on well. Rainbow Bubbles in the centre coming home, and Pearl down the outside. They're across the track. Pearl, Rainbow Bubbles, Flame of Atlanta. Rainbow Bubbles in the middle. Flame of Atlanta in the nose in front. They hit it. Oh, very little in it here. Between Flame of Atlanta and Rainbow Bubbles, a photo. I think Pearl might grab third from Mighty Millie, and then Satirical Miss down the outside, followed by For Survival. In behind them then was My Jasper, made some ground from Emotional Success. Tiara Mia, Primrose Penny, Episode, Midnet well back with Stella Valonde, followed by Kazana, Strawberry Lass towards the end, and Browse last of all. Photo here, Flame of Atlanta the inside, Rainbow Bubbles on the outside. 112.
Figures right. Craig Carmody back in the saddle, so we look all set for a start in the AWA Club Keno Superfecta. 3:30 for Shinkan C. 3:90 for Chavog in New South Wales. Starter has the button. Stalls tend to rock. Zodiac Star right. They're off this time. And from the inside, Snore missed it about 3/4 of a length. Sozzle, one of the best to go. Going up very, very quickly on the outside is Huge Demand, and Chavog being ridden for speed again. And settling Chavog to the lead from Huge Demand and Sozzle, and then Zodiac Star. Speed Week is out on a limb from Shinkan C and Argawin, Akaba's Promise, and then Snore. 2 or 3 lengths to spend, and 3/4 to Marty's Magic. Down towards the 650, and Chavog is the leader by a length and 3/4 Speed Week. Third the inside, Huge Demand. Zodiac Star fourth, and fifth the Grey Sozzle to Shinkan C. And Argawin on the favourites inside from Akaba's Promise, and then comes Snore on the rails. Wider out is Spend, and 2 to Marty's Magic. It's Chavog leading clearly. And around the corner, Brian York going for home on Chavog, and he opens up 3 lengths, Sozzled, followed by Zodiac Star. Huge Demand, Speed Week's gone, and Spend is on the outside, and Shinkan C bailed away. Yorkie pulls the web on Chavog, and inside the 200, he leads about 3 lengths on Spend, and then Zodiac Star Megastar, but it's Shavog in front. He's getting a little tired, but he's got a winning break. Shavog holding Spend and Shin Can See, and Shavog wins well from Spend, Shin Can See, and then came Akaba's Promise, followed by Snore and Zodiac Star, Mardy's Magic. Further back in the field, then on the inside, Huge Demand, and then Sozzle Win and Speed Week back at the tail of the field. Shavog.
Saturday, Moorhathul, Sunday, Mindery, Halliburton Cup Day. They're off. Adelaide Express seem to screw out coming out of the stalls, and Mr. Malibow's taken Miss Handel straight to the outside, and Bayanga's going to follow them across there, 3 to the outside. Near the inside, Kate's Ruby shows the clear lead. From back behind those then came Dr. Mabuse, with them Brave Deed and also Adelaide Express, and wider out Neutron Star from Dermot, and Dominic Chalmers beaten for speed today. At the 600, the outside, Mr. Malibow led Miss Handel and Bayanga. Back to the inside, Kate's Ruby 3 or 4 in front of Adelaide Express, hard ridden. With them there too was Dr. Mabuse, and then came Brave Deed looking for room. Neutron Star outside of it. Then Dominic Charm starting to make a bit of ground from Dermot back at the tail, but out wide Mr. Malibow is a mile in front, or the outside horses are a mile in front. Miss Handorf's coming after Mr. Malibow. Mr. Malibow's run has ended. Miss Handorf's taken the lead. Bayanga comes at Miss Handorf. Bayanga goes to Miss Handorf, flashing through Dermot from the rear. Bayanga and Dermot don't know. Dermot's finished at a great rate. From here, Dermot may be over Bayanga, but we're only guessing at this angle. Miss Handorf's out wide, and we've got horses flashing through along the inside. They're right across the track here for the minor issue, including Adelaide Express, Dominic Charm, Brave Deed, and Dr. Mabuse and Neutron Star. Back out wide there too was Mr. Malibow, who knocked up badly today, and Kate's Ruby is back towards the inside section, pulling up last of all.
Now the field is set. Ready to go, 1,600 metres for the 5th of the day. Red Carson down on the inside. It wasn't quite right. Now the jockey back on board. All clears given, away they go. Ronwin jumped okay with them towards the outside. And first out Damascus Road. Black Samurai away nicely with Babetto, Flying Guy and Mr. Madrid when they settle down. Bush Outlaws dropped out towards the end of the field, Bush Lawyer. Now it's Damascus Road running to the lead as they settle down over Babetto. Mr. Madrid third on the inside and Flying Guy neck away fourth. Two links Black Samurai in a good place, followed then by Metal Trader. One behind it is Prattler, one further back to More Action, and then Ronwin over on the outside, followed by Just a Broker. Two links behind these horses is Red Carson a good way back in company with Magneto and Bush Lawyer on the rail. Damascus Road took them past 1,000 and set up about 3.5 on Babetto. Mr. Madrid 1.5 behind them, Flying Guy, and then Metal Trader on the inside of Black Samurai. Two links to Ronwin moving up on the outside, within about 7 or 8 of the leader coming off the back. One further back is More Action on the fence, then Prattler and Red Carson. Two links further back is Megastar, followed by Just a Broker and Bush Lawyer on the rails. At the 600, Damascus Road about 3 lengths in front of Babetto, one Flying Guy, Mr. Madrid. Metal Trader on the inside, followed then by Black Samurai and Wonder Ronwin when they corner, and then More Action when they set sail for the run of the judge. Megastar, one of the last cornering, where Damascus Road at the 400, more than 2 lengths Babetto. Flying Guy running on well. Mr. Madrid's had enough. A gap to Black Samurai running on fairly well. Nearing the 200, Flying Guy's coming with a run to tackle Babetto. Damascus Road gone. It's Babetto and neck to Flying Guy, well clear of More Action running on well. It's Babetto and neck in front. Flying Guy under the whip, trying hard. Babetto's giving plenty on the inside, and Babetto's won it by about a half length to Flying Guy and 2 lengths to More Action. Metal Trader was next, followed by Ronwin, Red Carson, and then Black Samurai. Next to finish on the rails was Bush Lawyer, followed then at the head of the others was Just a Broker. A good way back was Damascus Road. Megastar never came into it. Mr. Madrid towards the end, and Prattler was last of all. Babetto the winner. Finding plenty for Nigel Seymour.
And they're off. The best to begin was the Queenslander Super Slew, who runs straight to the lead from Bridal Man. Third is On Air and Arena travelling fourth, just a shade deep at the moment. And about 2 to praise indeed around Yippee-I-O, and 4 lengths to Ebony Grove. Not much speed on now as they race to the first corner. And Super Slew on the inside leads narrowly from Bridal Man. Tucked behind them, third is On Air on the inside of Arena, who's throwing his head round a little. Followed closely then by Yippee-I-O. The speed is rather dwindling. Second last Praise Indeed, and 3 lengths to Ebony Grove. Into the back in the AWA Hill Stakes, and Super Slew shows the way. The rider has a good grip on him. Is about 3/4 of a length on Bridal Man. A length and 3/4 to On Air, the only lady in the race on the inside of the favourite Arena. 2.5 lengths to Yippee-I-O, keen to run faster. Praise Indeed is second last, and tacking onto the field is Ebony Grove, and about 8 or 9 lengths would cover them now as they go onto the next corner, parked at the 1,000, and it's Super Slew leading the way. 3/4 of a length on Bridal Man. 2 lengths away, third is On Air, and a neck the outside is Arena. Getting a good run, the favourite. 2.5 to Yippee-I-O. Another 2 lengths then to Praise Indeed, and a half length on his inside, Ebony Grove. This is the order as they run onto the side of the track. 700 metres to go. The field almost in pairs, and Super Slew, the leader from the word go. A half length on Bridal Man. 2 lengths to Arena, about to be wound up. On Air's on the inside. Yippee-I-O is next, starting his run. 3 lengths to Ebony Grove, and Old Praise Indeed has dropped out last as they round the corner. Super Slew in the Hill Stakes first for home. A length Arena, Bridal Man. On Air on the inside, and Yippee-I-O joining into Ebony Grove as they come to the 250. Super Slew, just the leader from Arena, knuckling down to his work now. He's drawn level Arena. Super Slew, Arena with Yippee-I-O coming at the pair, and then On Air. Arena, Super Slew, and Yippee-I-O the outside. Arena put his head in front, and Arena wins it. Well, the wasting's been worthwhile, Larry Cassidy. Arena beat Yippee-I-O and Super Slew, followed by On Air, Ebony Grove, Bridal Man, and Absolute was Praise Indeed. Well, I bet he's breathed a sigh of relief now, Il Cassidy. He's been eating for the last 2 days lettuce leaves.
Exotic Art missed it a half to a length or so, and one of the best out, Prince LaRue, and away well too was Calgary Road, and so too Leader Club, who'll lead them up. Leader Club crosses across the field now to be the leader by a couple of lengths to Currency Cash in third place in Calgary Road, fourth Prince LaRue. On its inside, Exotic Art recovering from the tardy start. Dame Win Venture on the outside of Liberal Fellow, and 2.5 away then Tintin Abbey, who's actually last. A half away on his outside in front of him was Comrade Park. So they move on to the side of the course now, and on the outer track, and the leader was Leader Club, just striding along within himself for the moment. A length and a half to Currency Cash. They go to the 1,000, about a length in advance of Calgary Road. Another length, Prince LaRue has travelled well from Exotic Art, and then Liberal Fellow. In that division with them too was another one caught on the outside, Dame Win Venture. 2 lengths away the other pair, Tintin Abbey on the inside of Comrade Park. They're at the 800 on the outer track prior to the home run for the long run in, and the Leader Club with his head on his chest by 2 lengths, Calgary Road, who's poised behind him. Currency Cash being ridden up and just wobbled a tad around the turn, and Prince LaRue got it past him. Exotic Art slipped up on the inside, Liberal Fellow between horses. Further back, Dame Win Venture to the centre, and then came Tintin Abbey, Comrade Park. Currency Cash has called it a day. Leader Club joined on the outside by Calgary Road. In turn, Prince LaRue comes at it, but Calgary Road got a length and a half in front of Prince LaRue. Down the extreme outside, Dame Win Venture's putting in a late claim. Liberal Fellow's getting between them, but Calgary Road's in full flight with 100 to go. Liberal Fellow and Prince LaRue holding the minor posies, but it's Calgary Road doing it strongly. He does like the track, and he's won by a length and a quarter. Second, Liberal Fellow. 2.5 away, Prince LaRue. Leader Club didn't find a lot today. Comrade Park further back. Dame Win Venture, Exotic Art was one of the last ones in, and further back behind those then came Tintin Abbey, which hasn't fired today, and tailed off the other one, Currency Cash.
They're on their way to the stalls now for race 6, the Matrice handicap over 1,400 metres. Scratching is 11 Chief Red Eye. They're on their way to the stalls for race 6 due in 7 minutes. Now here's Gibran coming up into the line for race 6 on the card. Nearly ready. Off now. And a good dispatch too. French Clock, Captain Otto away quickly with Connive. Master Nicholas going forward from Blazing Legend. As they settled into stride, Travelot easing back in the field, Exponential back towards the end. Sir Linford is second last, French Clock dropped out last now, and Zavaris is going to the lead. Zavaris over in second place in Captain Otto. Stargrazer right up there as well with Connive. A length further back is Blazing Legend over on the outside, travelling about 4 deep. One further back is Vesti on the fence. A length Gibran over on the inside, followed by Gold Action. 2 lengths Your Legend, Master Nicholas. Then Drawn for Trouble, 3 wide at the first turn at the 800, trailed by Exponential. 1-2 Travelot, a couple of lengths to French Clock and Sir Linford. Zavaris a clear leader, 6.50 to go, a length in front of Stargrazer. On the rails, Captain Otto. Round them comes Blazing Legend when they neared the home turn. A length and a half to Vesti, Connive, and they're followed by Your Legend over on the inside. One further back in the field, then Exponential, followed by Gibran. And when they swing the corner, Drawn for Trouble went right off the track into the straight. And here Captain Otto went up to take the lead from Stargrazer. Coming on down the outside is Vesti. Zavaris is well beaten. Vesti's come with a good sprint, and Stargrazer, they go to the lead together. Exponential, French Clock has got to run through down on the inside, but Vesti in front, 100 metres to go. Here's Exponential coming home after Vesti. Vesti from Exponential, French Clock. It's Vesti in front, draws a length and a half clear, and Vesti, 2 good, won it from Exponential and French Clock. Just behind them was Sir Linford making good ground the outside, followed by Connive, Gold Action, Travelot, Gibran, and they're followed further back by Stargrazer. Long break to Your Legend, Drawn for Trouble, Zavaris. Captain Otto stopped badly as well. Blazing Legend, Master Nicholas, the last couple to greet the judge. Vesti the winner, number 7, ridden by Brett Preble. Trained by Peter Hayes. Gives the pair a double, having scored.
Some movement. The rider is Scrupulous, not happy. Trying to get the horse to straighten and concentrate. There's the light. They've jumped, and Scrupulous was with them when they started and going very fast out of the gate. Century Boy looking for the lead. Scrupulous eases back out of the early fray, and it's Century Boy crossing the field to lead by about a length and a quarter. Second placing Noble Chief, Atomic Comment. They were followed then by on the inside Jamestown. Around them Time to Try. Simrick outside of Mr. Kildane. 2 lengths further back Fly with Eagles. On its outside Behemoth, and 2 away with his head down on his chest at the moment, and that's Scrupulous. Moving on the far side of the course now. The leader still on the outside is Atomic Comet. Now just taking over from Century Boy, but Century Boy pushes back again on the inside, almost on terms again. Third placing Time to Try, followed back behind those then in 4th position by Noble Chief. Then came over on the inside. We've got Jamestown covering it. On the outside is Simrick. Another length and a half away to 2 off then Mr. Kildane, Fly with Eagles, Behemoth. And the other stayer, Scrupulous, is last of all as they move on the side. And the leader here was still Atomic Comet, and Century Boy pushing through again on its inside. They are on level terms again with 800 to run. 2.5 off Time to Try. Noble Chief, Jamestown back with Simrick together, a line of 3. They were followed by Fly with Eagles and Mr. Kildane together, and 2 away to Behemoth, who's last, and getting up on his inside, Scrupulous to second last. In the outer track and the long run in now inside the 600, and it's Atomic Comet and Century Boy by a couple to Jamestown coming after it. Noble Chief was next, and they were followed by Fly with Eagles, Time to Try. Mr. Kildane to the centre, but about 5 or 6 lengths off them with Simrick well back Behemoth. Scrupulous goes to about 4th last. Jamestown just the leader. Fly with Eagles comes at him now. Noble Chief was next, Atomic Comet, and further back to Scrupulous. Jamestown is just the leader. Fly with Eagles trying to wear him down. Fly with Eagles getting to Jamestown. Jamestown is walking. Fly with Eagles has got him, the old-timer. Fly with Eagles wins. Jamestown second. Scrupulous another nice run third. Behemoth a nice 4th. Mr. Kildane, Atomic Comet, Noble Chief. Further back then Century Boy, who was one of the last ones in. And back there towards the tail of the field was Time to Try, and also Simrick amongst the last horses home.
And the starter hits the button to send them on their way now, and he caught them pretty well. Kramnik jumped all right. He wants to ease back in the early stages, though, and get some cover. Ilmoge, Cargo Limit, Helianthus away fast. Royal Whims on the improve as well. So too in Grain out wider, and down the hatch isn't far off the pace now as they come to the judge the first time. Helianthus the leader. In Grain moving up to second. Royal Whim third, and Ilmoge 4th on the inside when they turn out of the straight. They're being followed just behind them by Down the Hatch, who's travelling out wide around Hildesand and Cargo Limit when they leave the straight. Next in the field is Open the Hatch down on the rail, the grey, and a length further back is Guardian Angel, 2 lengths to Kramnik. He's being followed one further back in the field then by Printmaker, and then came Lady Jugar's Lady I should say, and caught on the outside is Pin Terry Boy, 2 lengths to Brew, followed by Our Imposing and Snow Court last of all. Into the back at the 1400, Helianthus by a length in grain, Ilmoge tucked away third behind the leader. One further back is Royal Whim, and they're followed by Down the Hatch. Cargo Limit a half length away on the rails, one to Hulazan, one to Open the Hatch, and 2 lengths to Guardian Angel, 2 lengths to Kramnik outside Printmaker. Pin Terry Boy out 3 wide, starting a run down the back of the course. They're being followed by Jugar's Lady, Brew, Snow Court moving up out wide, and Our Imposing is now back last of all when they run down the back past 1,000. Helianthus a length in front, in grain is second, Ilmoge third, a length and a half to Royal Whim, and then Cargo Limit followed by Down the Hatch, half a length away to Hulazan, followed by Open the Hatch, Pin Terry Boy together now, and then Guardian Angel 2 to Snow Court, a length and a half to Printmaker. Kramnik is behind it. He's giving them a fair start, the big fellow. Brew's going up around him now, and then Our Imposing and Jugar's Lady ridden along last. Inside the 6 nearing the turn, and Helianthus in front. In grain trying to go with it, coming to the turn from Royal Whim. Down the Hatch around the outside from Ilmoge, who's had a good run. Snow Court comes wide about 8th into the straight, and back inside it is Kramnik at the 350 metres now. In grain raced up to join Helianthus, and they've broken about 3 lengths Royal Whim. Then came Down the Hatch on the inside, and Guardian Angel getting home, and Brew was coming down the outside. In grain the leader from Helianthus, Guardian Angel, and here comes Brew. Brew after in grain the leader. Brew descends on it with Guardian Angel up on the inside. Guardian Angel swept to the front. Guardian Angel on the rails. The New Zealanders won it from Brew and in grain. Great finish. Helianthus just behind them. They're followed by Royal Whim, Cargo Limit and Ilmoge. Kramnik didn't go on, followed then by Open the Hatch, Hulazan, Pin Terry Boy, Snow Court. A break behind those to Jugar's Lady, and then came Down the Hatch, Printmaker, and Our Imposing was last of all, with a brilliant rails run. Guardian Angel.
100. Set to go. They're off. And immediately Iron Horse dropped out to last in company with Blazing Steel and Champagne. Dibblesdane, one of the early leaders, taken on, however, by Arletty, who pokes the nose in front, a length and a half to Blazing Steel, now working up into third spot. And travelling fourth at the moment on the outside is Lomas. Fifth on the inside, Iron Horse, and then Armed for Action, Dodge, and 2 lengths to Champagne. Running along past the 1,100 metres, and Dibblesdane is the leader, about a length and 3/4 now on Arletty. Travelling third is Lomas, followed closely on the inside Iron Horse. A little wide next is Blazing Steel. Deeper still is Armed for Action, Dodge second last, and Champagne quietly ridden another 2.5 lengths away. Down the side they travel at the 750, and Dibblesdane is making play from Lomax. Third on the inside is Arletty, followed closely by Armed for Action, wide Iron Horse and Blazing Steel, all in a pack, 2 lengths to Dodge and 3/4 to Champagne. They're really bunched coming to the corner at the 500, and Dibblesdane the leader. 3/4 of a length over Arletty, about to tackle this leader, Dibblesdane in earnest. On the extreme outside is Lomas as they straighten up, a length to Iron Horse. Plenty of room for him to come through from Blazing Steel. Dodge is trying to bullock into the open, having a real brush with Lomas, but he's coming quickly, and so's Armed for Action. Now Arletty, Dodge, and Armed for Action the outside from Champagne warning up. Here as I go, Armed for Action hits the front, Dodge going with it. Armed for Action, Dodge, Armed for Action doing too well, and Armed for Action on the line, a half Dodge and Champagne, followed by Blazing Steel, Iron Horse. Arletty didn't go on from Lomas, and Dibblesdane at the tail of the field.
They're all set. Hero Wind is a late scratching, number 3. Hero Wind a late scratching, unruly barrier behaviour. Couldn't get him in. They're off. And Jayush, the imported horse, was a little slow to begin. Lithium got back to the tail early, and Jacobite away fast. Kingston Parade's jumped well, and so is Shavit. Away nicely Lord Bird, and then came Lord Shiraz. Jayush goes around them, further back to Certainly, and Lithium at the tail of the field, and Hero Wind an important late scratching. The Tabalect is out. They move on to the side now, and it's Shavit by a length and a quarter. Second placing Jacobite, third Jayush, fourth Kingston Parade, and fifth Lindbergh, then Lord Shiraz, followed by Lithium, and last of all a length and a quarter further back at the 800 metre mark was Certainly. Shavit has a liking for this track and leads nicely by a length to Jacobite, who's travelling well within itself. Third placing Jayush up forward on the outside of Kingston Parade from Lindbergh, Lord Shiraz. Lithium still a fair way back, and so is Certainly coming to the extreme outer. Shavit will lead lead for home by a length and a quarter. Second, Jacobite. Now Lithium, rather third place in Kingston Parade with Jayush. Further back then to Lindbergh. Lithium trying to get a run. Lord Shiraz out wide. And then certainly, but it's Shavit doing it well. Second, Jacobite. Then Lithium starting to get a late spurt on, but will it be too late? Shavit is nicely clear. Lithium is starting to power home now. Shavit in front, getting close to home. Lithium is flying, and Lithium got there. Big run. Came from last. Second, Shavit. Third, I think, Jacobite. Then close up, Lord Shiraz. They were followed further back by Jayush. Lindbergh was back with them, and so was Certainly. And Kingston Parade also back in that next division. Stand by for official placings. I fancy Lithium has got there in the last 5 or 6 strides. Big performance. Came from well back over Shavit. Hero win the important late scratching.
On their way to... All set now, with one exception, and that's the favourite. Wouldn't want to go without her. Graceful Encounter now coming up into the line. Now they're all set. Starters heading over to the platform. And they're ready to go. Rain getting quite heavy. Set. Off they go at the 1400. A beautiful start too. My Life began well. Cigarillo snagged back at the start. The favourite, Graceful Encounter, pinged away as up second outside Magic Turn early. Molinetta improving to third from Strictly Jazz Labile. Chippy's Daughter the Rail and Mizamai. 2 lengths to Court Dancer, getting into a good place early, followed then about a length further back in the field by Corinthian Arch and Arc It Up together. 1 further back is Dance Party, followed by Barbella, and then Cigaretto outside Blue Thunder Lady, followed by Telektoff and My Life back last of all. Magic Turn took the field towards the 800 metre mark, 2 lengths in front of Molinetta, 2 lengths Chippy's Daughter, and then Graceful Encounter a length away fourth, 2 to Mizamai, 2 to Strictly Jazz Labile. A length further back is Corinthian Arch on the inside, followed by Arc It Up improving outsider, and then Court Dancer, Barbella. Cigarillo a good way back coming to the turn, and they're followed by Dance Party, Telektoff, Blue Thunder Lady and My Life. Magic Turn comes to the bend at the 500, nearly a length in front of Molinetta. A gap for Graceful Encounter to come after the leader, and Chippy's Daughter through on the inside, and they've got away a little on Mizamai and Blue Thunder Lady on the rails, followed by Court Dancer. Magic Turn at the 300. Graceful Encounter's coming after it quickly. Mizamai in turn is after the pair of them now. Mizamai is coming with long loping strides to join Graceful Encounter, who fights on. The favourite and Mizamai. It's Graceful Encounter and Mizamai. Mizamai going home the better. Mizamai put her head in front, and Mizamai beat Graceful Encounter a half length. 4 lengths Magic Turn third. Then Chippy's Daughter, Court Dancer. They're followed by Arc It Up, Corinthian Arch, Labile and My Life, and then Telektoff. Behind them Cigarillo and Dance Party, Blue Thunder Lady, Barbella well back, Molinetta knocked up, and Strictly Jazz last of all. She's really found her form, this mare. 2 very powerful finishing runs here at Sandown. She got to Graceful Encounter with about 150 to go and has been too strong in the run home. Number 5, Mizamai, and it's Brett Preble again. What an outstanding day he's had. Second to number 16, Graceful Encounter, ridden by Danny Nikolic. And third, number 1, Magic Turn, ridden by Greg Childs. Numbers of 5, 16 and 1. Brett's had 4 for the day, and he's taken the lead in the premiership here from Darren Gauci with his quartet of winners. 5, 16 and 1. Fourth aim was Chippy's Daughter, and fifth was Court Dancer.
play.